chillin' in the Ville. Yeah, we getting bottles in again. Up the put it in the air. I'm throwing up the, let them know we in here. Yeah, brand new shoes, brand new. The old school, cause I'm feeling real cool. Yeah, I'm from the A, so I'm leaning and rocking. Can't do it like this. Yeah, I'm back to the track, back to the snap. 1-2 step, then gotta lean back. Yeah.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us south of the border to the vibrant capital of Mexico City. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Wizards of Mexico City. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On the flick, right?
They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it. And nothing much materializing there in the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. We can look at this Bronco defense. They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to it. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40-yard line. This defense for the Broncos, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together.
Get set. 18. What's up?
The drive starts with a carry by Corum. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
That one complete to McConkey. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. And the Broncos first down.
Purdy now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. You look at this defense, currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number 1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
Yeah. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And past the 30 down to about the 27. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
They'll try and run again with Blue. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they do.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Here we go, let's go.
Here's Stroud. They'll swing this out to Blue. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So it'll be a loss on the play of 12 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and do this himself. Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On 1st down, it's Blue. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
All right.
And Stroud now to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Darren Waller, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Wizards use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Footing always a concern, but the extra points up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. up to the 33. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They run once more with Corn. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Purdy. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
They go with Blue between the tackles. And he'll get this in enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Here's 3rd and 9.
Here we go. 18.
Now Stroud. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Purdy from the gun. His throw incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Purdy from the gun on third down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. That's taken on the 25. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And they will take over first and 10.
At their own 34-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession the first half.
Yeah, this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Worried about that, my shoulders up. All in the kiss can get the cold up.
First down, and they go right back to Blue. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Brought down by Ed Oliver.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Now 2nd and 9.
Here we go. 19.
Stroud to throw it. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Working with a lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Oh, right. 18. What's that?
Now a shotgun handoff, Blue. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They go again with Blue. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
118.
Play action. Here's Stroud. Looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it up. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And guys, man, complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Ladd McConkey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Let's go.
Throwing now is Stroud. That's caught by Tucker. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Stroud looking to throw. This is caught by Tucker. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Trey Tucker, 50 yards. And the Wizards will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. And that is incomplete.
They gave it a shot at the deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Get set. Get set.
Back to throw, Purdy. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. Now a timeout signal for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when as an inside linebacker, you're always taught, don't let someone cross your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 20. 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here.
At the 39-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off. Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Get set. Get set. 21.
Again, it's Corum. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Purdy. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Blake Corum, 38 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Here we go, let's go.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
All right.
Out of the gun, they run with Blue. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Jaden Blue with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Wizards have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing here, Purdy. He's caught by his running back, Austin Eckler. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And it's taken in at the 9. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored. Blue hit. He lost the football. But thankfully, this is corralled by the offense, so they will, in fact, hold on to the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
18. Let's go.
They hand it off. It's Blue. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 36-yard line. 121 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Stroud. Over the middle, complete. That's Tucker. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Speed left, speed left. 18, what's up?
On to give, this is Blue. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Well, the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here we go. Hey.
And to run with the longer. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. So nothing doing there. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Let's go. 18. Let's go.
3rd and goal, Stroud. This is caught. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal.
Under. 18. 11.
Looking to throw. Stroud. And it's caught. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin from 3 yards out. And the Wizards are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
28. Broncos 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out when they punted the football.
Yeah, you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get that.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
Get set.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Corum. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Get set.
They run straight ahead with Corum. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Purdy to throw. Oh, a as he'll make the diving catch. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Corum now on 1st and 10. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now a handoff for Corum. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
All 3 timeouts still remain. Keep that in mind. They prefer to use them on the defensive end. But here's 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding him with no gain.
This one finds McConkey. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down. Here's Purdy to throw. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. So this likely just to get the final score a bit closer given the time remaining, but they'll have a go for 2 here. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. 22. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Mexico City, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Trying to blow it.